Welcome back to another video from the Debate Room podcast. We are not live, but we are with you guys after game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. It was an amazing game. Came down to the wire. Shea had an amazing game. Chet had an amazing game.
J-Dub
Had an amazing
J-Dub
game.
had the best game of his
Russo
playoff
had an
career.
amazing game. Dort had an amazing game on defense. And the Thunder get a 128-126 win in game 4 to go up 3-1. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like the video, share the video, comment your thoughts for sure. We need more comments, more engagement from our fans and supporters. Follow us on our social media platforms up at the top of the screen. And if you like the content, you're a new viewer, make sure you guys subscribe. But yeah, 128-126 win to take a commanding 3-1 lead. And they need this game, Max. You guys got blew out badly in game 3. Was a pathetic performance, to say the least. And it was time for you guys to step up. And Shea had 49 and 10 with 1 steal. Jalen Williams
49 and 10, not
correct.
49 and 10. Sorry, that came off. I thought you meant 49 for a second.
49 and 10. Jalen Williams had 34, 3 and 5 with 3 steals. Chet had 21-7 and 3 blocks. He was amazing defensively tonight. Cason Wallace,
Casey Lou and Caruso defensively tonight were great. On switches. The 1 steal was on Rudy Gobert too. The 1 steal was on Rudy Gobert one-on-one in the paint. It was a great pick from behind. Clutch steal after clutch steal.
The Timberwolves scored 126 points in this game, but somehow I still think that the Thunder defense was pretty good. Just from the sense that they created so many turnovers. I think that, let me check these numbers, but I believe Minnesota had 22 turnovers tonight. Let's see. Minnesota had 23 turnovers tonight, and OKC had 22 points off of those turnovers. So even though they gave up 126 points, I think that the Thunder's defense was pretty good. They did get up a lot of corner threes because they were giving so much attention to Anthony Edwards, and the Minnesota Timberwolves knocked him down, especially Dante DiVincenzo.
At the same time, though, it was the Nas Reed screen was like working. They were doing that little back screen. So, yeah, they were like, again, no. I'm just saying, like, they brought guys in the paint. Obviously, you're gonna attack the paint with Ant. So you bring like the one play specifically was like J-Dub went to the paint. Yes, they had the flare go out back, but it's just like little stuff like that. It's just like, I mean, that's when you take off the double, and I'm surprised they didn't use that more. But I think for the rest of the series, I don't know if they shoot at that high of a clip. Like, I don't think Nikhil and Dante DiVincenzo are shooting damn near 50-60% for the rest of the series.
Not in OKC, they're definitely not. The Minnesota Timberwolves had 64 bench points tonight, and they lost. 64 bench points is ridiculous. They almost, they probably, no, they didn't. Did they outscore the starters? They might have. It was pretty close.
Yeah. They scored 64. The starters have 62.
Yeah, they outscored the starters tonight. The bench was amazing at home, and they still couldn't get it done. Max, where is your head at now that you guys are up 3-1? I know you were worried down the stretch of that game. Talk to me about the game and how you're feeling about the series right now.
I mean, we talked about it before the podcast started. They need to win game 5, in my opinion. I don't want to go back to Minnesota. I just want to end it right here. Call it. No bullshit, no nothing. I think they really should close it out in 5. Yes, being up 3-1, you got 3 chances to close it out. I just want this series to be over with, to focus on the finals. Let everyone get healthy. Let Mark game plan for whoever you got to play next. We are the better team. They are the better team here. So OKC is by far the better team. They've shown that on a night in, night out basis. Yes, they got smoked in game 3. And again, we've seen that happen in the past where good teams will get beat in the playoffs. Good teams will get beat throughout the regular season. Like, it's not going to be a perfect, 82, 98 game stretch. It's not going to be a perfect entire season. I understand that. But OKC has been pretty close to it this year. And I think they get one blunder, especially after 2 hard-fought game 1 and game 2 games. And again, they just couldn't shoot anything. They started the game this today, both sides. Minnesota picked up where they left off, shooting the lights out, but OKC stepped up as well. So Chet being able to stretch from the outside the arc was huge tonight. Chet looked confident from behind the 3-point range. I really think that adds a whole lot of versatility to their little pick and roll with Chet and Shea. The one time Shea obviously drew both defenders, passed it out to Chet. Like if he's actually able to hit that from three, they got to respect it and send guys both ways. So that could really, especially for next series, depending on who you play, especially a team like New York, if that's the matchup, drawing Cat out of the paint would be super, super essential with how bad he can be defensively. So I think hopefully that's a sign of things to come. We haven't seen as much yet, so I don't know. But J-Dub for me was my unsung hero, was my MVP of the game. I know Shea had a game. Don't get me wrong. Shea was the best player on the floor. J-Dub scored 34. He got out of that gate hot. He ended the game hot. He had clutch threes. He had big time buckets down the stretch, late in the shot clock. He was getting everything to go. In my opinion, this might be the best offensive game I've seen J-Dub play in a long, long time, much less the playoffs. This game from J-Dub, he was shooting the three ball well. He was getting downhill well. He was finishing around the rim. OKC again, no matter what Minnesota threw at him, no matter how many times they tied the game up, I don't even know. I don't even know if they took the lead in the second half. I could be wrong, but it was at least by 1 or 2. So every single time Minnesota had a punch, OKC would go back up by 7 or 8. It might drop back down, but they're back up by 7 or 8. Shea in the lane, Shea was cooking everywhere. We had big shots. Caruso was just sneaky around the paint. Like we were just finding ways to get buckets from the 3-point range, inside from the free throw line, and it just really seemed like Minnesota's defense was no match. So I was very, very happy to see that. On the defense side of the ball, it was really just, I feel like the open threes were just killing us. A couple times down the stretch, they were getting to the paint pretty well. The offensive rebounds were terrible, in my opinion. There were some possessions where they're getting 3 or 4 shots. That just can't happen, especially when you get those J-Dub lineups where he's playing 5. That's just those times. Maybe not. From what I was watching, just the amount of.
This is why you gotta turn into a stat.
You're saying,
man,
wait. You're saying our offensive. You're saying our team got more offensive rebounds than their team.
Well, actually,
we had a lot of offensive rebounds.
It was actually tied.
We have a lot of offensive rebounds as well. I'm just saying there was some on that side where it just can't happen. Like the one, it was like the 4-shot possession that ended in the Lou Dort foul. Chet didn't block out, right? I think it was it? Maybe it was McDaniels out in the 3-point. McDaniels missed a 3. Chet didn't block out. The ball went right to where Chet would have been if he would have just turned around. They then missed another shot, and then Lou Dort got a foul. Like it's just little things like that where it's like just tightening around the edges. But yeah, I mean, you can't obviously be mad with how the game went. I'm going to get pissed off with this fouling up 3 thing. I know it works, but they're just doing it so fast. And ever since the Aaron Gordon shot, like, I'm just scared something's going to go wrong.
There's no Aaron Gordon in this team, brother. There's no Aaron Gordon. You guys are fine.
Without Donte DiVincenzo and Nikhil shot tonight, I was thinking it was one of them. So, yeah, again, not many words. Shea played out of his mind. Shea played like the best player in the league today. J-Dub played like an elite number 2 today. Chet played like a defensive anchor today. We had the role players. We had the coaching. Yeah, we attacked Minnesota at every facet. So I was happy.
The Thunder, at every point in this playoffs, have had a game where they needed to show their championship resolve. They were questioned coming into this playoffs because they didn't have enough experience for people to be confident in them making this far. And at every step of the way, they have stepped up. In game 3 against the Grizzlies, down 30, come back down from 30, and win that game. I believe was it game 6? Yes. Or was it game 4? What game did they really like thug it out with the Nuggets?
Game 4. Game 4.
Let me look at
I think both. I thought game 4 was I'm pretty sure it was game 4.
Let me look. I'm about to try to quickly find it real quick.
No, they went up. No, I don't. I think it was game 4.
I mean, let me see. Yes. No, it was game 5. Game 5. Jokic drops 44, 15, and 5 they find a way to win this game. And then in this game, after coming off a 42-point loss, they respond and control this game throughout. Shea has one of his best games of the playoffs, and they proved to any doubters that were left that they are the best team in the NBA. They are experienced enough to win a championship. They are talented enough to win a championship. And this is going to be a game where they look back at it after they win a championship this year, where they really proved themselves to the masses. And it was they led this game for, I believe, 46 minutes. They only trailed for 36 seconds.
I think in the second half. I think in the second half, I don't think they ever lost the lead. I think it was just tied up. I don't think they ever lost the lead.
They led the whole game. They led this game for 46 minutes of the game. They trailed for 36 seconds.
That was it. Minnesota had a lead with 2 points, but that was it.
So again, we spoke on it. The shot making from J-Dub and Shea tonight was very special. Shea was ultra aggressive, getting to the paint and getting to the free throw line today. And it's been impressive for him to block out the narratives of being a foul bait and a foul merchant and play his game and still get downhill and get to the mid range. He was more confident as a 3-point shooter today, as it wasn't going in as much as he needed it to. But
he was 2 for 7, right?
2 for 7, yeah, today. But Chet was also really great on defense, and he had a quicker trick on 3. Caruso was great every single game. Caruso doesn't have bad games. Mark went to the single big lineup because it was working better throughout this game. I'm glad he finally did that. And it gave us some offensive rebounds, but they were able to turn the Minnesota Timberwolves over. They were able to have better offense and hit more threes. And really, really impressive. A really, really impressive win. You win a game where Minnesota has 64 bench points. That's really, really impressive. Their role players play lights out at home, and you find a way to win that game. Like it's hard to explain how impressive a win this is. And I felt so confident after game 2 because it's super hard to come back from a 2-0 lead. Your margin for error is it gets this small. And now they take a 3-1 lead to give themselves more cushion. But keep your foot on the gas. Keep your foot on the gas. You don't win game 5. End it in game 5. Like, advance to the finals in game 5 on your home court. That's exactly what you need to do. For the Minnesota side of things, they got some really quality looks. And I think his best thing tonight was playmaking. He collapsed the defense a lot and found open shooters in the corner. That's why they were so efficient in their 3-point shots, because they got a lot of corner threes. They're easy looks for them. But Dort did an amazing job on him tonight. In that first half, he wasn't aggressive enough, and Dort was just not allowing him to catch the ball, not allowing him to get any type of space. He was fighting through screens better than I've ever seen him probably ever. So special performance from Dort tonight on defense. I don't think Chris Finch did a great job of running pick and rolls with Randall and Ant. I don't think he did a great job of bringing Ant off the ball. I don't think he did a great job of getting the ball to Ant in the post. All the things he did in game 3 to get Ant going offensively wasn't there. Julius Randle has pretty much been a non-factor in his game outside of this first half of game 1. And game 3, when the blowout, everybody was killing the Thunder. So I guess I give him credit for that. He had 24 points. But he's been pretty much a non-factor in the series. I think Caruso is pretty much taking him out of the series. Dort, when he switches, Jalen Williams has played amazing defense on him. He hasn't been as good as they needed. Transparently, it's Ant and Randall failed the Timberwolves tonight. Rudy Gobert had a hell of a game. He had his best game of the series tonight. Mike Conley was even good at stretches. Dante, Nikhil, Naz Reid. Shout out TSJ. Came in and gave some solid minutes again tonight. Illinois legends. College basketball, and he's from Chicago. So love to see him do well. He looks like he's going to be an impact player for them going forward. But again, it just falls on Randall and Ant. I don't really know what else they can really like do to win this series now. So even win game 5, because they were super aggressive tonight. and pursuing Shea at the catch point, putting pressure on J Dub. The Thunder just handled it better tonight, and if they're not just turning the ball over, they're going to win the series. The Timberwolves won that game because they were more aggressive. They won a turnover battle. They shot 50% from three. Those three things are not going to keep happening in this series, and that's why I can't see them winning the series. So I feel good. My prediction is looking good. Let's see what
Indiana, but
let's see what happens with Indiana and Knicks. I think Indiana wins Game 4 and goes up 3-1 as well. But we'll see. Max, you got anything else?
No, I think you said a lot. I think it's definitely, I think, a hard look on Randall and Ant more than anything. The fact that they weren't able to do more with their bench scoring 64 points. But I mean, for on OKC side, like, again, I'm not like saying that like it's an automatic comeback, but like OKC needs to win Game 5. I don't want to state that enough. OKC needs to win Game 5, get this series over with, and just go on to the finals. Especially with how the series looks out east, you don't know what's going to happen, but good chance it could go 7. The fact that you could close it out before it might go 2-2, and you could close it out the next night after it goes 2-2, I think is huge. So just get the series over with. Yeah, I think Minnesota is just, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Just close it out in 5. That's it. That's it.
That's gonna do it for Game 4 recap. Thank you guys for tuning in. Quick little recap with just me and Max. Make sure you guys like the video, share the video, leave any comments on the series, anything as far as playoffs, and follow us on our social media platforms up at the top of the screen. That's gonna do it for us tonight, man. We are out.